I'm just starting. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it tells me that we are broadcasting live again. And let me see if I can. I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to call our radio station, Crusade Radio. I'm going to call them and put them on the line as well. And that is I thought I would do it on this line, but I can't. This is my broadcast camera, and I can't put another line on the broadcast camera. And so we're going to have to go to Crusade Radio another way. And here we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live on Crusade Radio. We're also live on Congressional Prayer Conference, and we're already on the prayer conference call. I don't have to add that call because the Crusade Radio will take that call if you call in on that one. But I'm just trying to think here if I know what I'm doing. But let's see. If you want to call me, you're going to have to call me on the landline, and that is here, but it's on Crusade Radio, and you'll be on speakerphone for the Congressional Prayer Conference. Ladies and gentlemen, the way this thing operates, we're out of Washington, D.C., and we have a West Coast headquarters in Buena Park, California, and we also do what we call the CCC. And if you call the CCC right now, you'll get online with us and you'll be able to talk to us. You'll be able to share with us whatever is on your heart and on your mind. You got any complaints about Washington, D.C.? Now's the time to do it. Now's the time to let them know, because I guarantee you they're listening. They watch my show regularly. They tape my show regularly. And so, would you like to say something to your congressman or woman?
Ladies and gentlemen, your final call for Columbus, flight 3468, looking for Mr. Brian Pummel. Final call, please, Columbus. Oh, yeah, we're
We are going to push up the other line here and get it up here in a minute, just in a minute.
Welcome. This service is provided by freeconferencecall.com. Please enter your access code. You entered 399. You are the first caller. You will be placed on hold until the next caller arrives.
Well, that means we're going to get music, but I know how to stop that. I apologize for that music right now, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to take me a minute to get my other phone on, but I'll be able to get it on here in just a minute. And we'll be able to get done what we need to get done. This is a little bit different than the way we do it in the studio, and I forget how to do it when I'm on location. But we'll be with you. If you have a question, give us a call. Right now, call us on 712-432-1690. That music is playing because there's no one calling in on the other line. That elevator music.
You entered access code 399430.
All right, that bong that you heard, I got to mute myself. All right, that bong you heard was the other line coming up that I just brought up, and that stopped that ridiculous elevator music. And so now we're back to my ridiculous voice and not the elevator music. But anyway, my name is Wiley Drake, and this is the Congressional Prayer Conference of Washington, D.C., live on location in Houston, Texas. And we thank the Lord for the opportunity. Got a good signal here, and we thank the Lord for that. And we are here on our way to Pensacola. We're going to be in Pensacola all through the weekend, rest of this week and the weekend. We're going to be here the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th. And as I've said before, I'm going to be going to jail every day. And I hope I'll be out of jail every day, but that's up to the local jail at Santa Rosa County, because I'm going there to visit a man that's been in jail now for 8 years. 8 long years he's been in jail. And we're going there to meet with him, to pray with him, and to see what we can do about getting him out of jail. And the trial for him was to be held on Tuesday, but the judge in the case decided he or she had more important things to do, and so they continued with the case. Ladies and gentlemen, we're broadcasting to you live. We're waiting for our flight. Not sure what the status is right now. The last thing I heard is that it was going out of B77A, and I hope that's still the case. And we're looking for an airplane, looks like, or no, maybe we got it, I don't know. But anyway, remember, if you'd like to be on this program live from Houston, Texas, live with the chairman of the Congressional Prayer Conference, that's me, you're welcome to call in and give us your opinion. Is there anything you'd like for us to tell the president? Is there anything you'd like for us to tell your congressman, your senator? We'll be glad to be your message giver. So give me a call. Tell me what your message is. And we'll be glad to pass that message along to the member of the United States House of Representatives or the member of the United States Senate, president, vice president, whatever you'd like for us to pass it along to, we'll be glad to do so. And we're here in Houston, Texas right now. And I'm hoping that we'll be in Pensacola by the time that we thought we were going to be. The flight is due to arrive there at 9 p.m. Pensacola time. And we have announced that we will do a live broadcast at 10 o'clock. Now, I'm hoping that will happen. But if it doesn't, it won't be my fault, folks. I've got the equipment with me. I'm ready to go. And if the flights work out and we can get there, we will be doing a live broadcast from the Red Roof Inn. For those of you that
leaving at 8:40, or if you need to go to Pensacola, that will be tomorrow morning, and we can put you up in a hotel for the evening. You're asking a $300 travel license with yourself or that one that you appreciate it. Again, if you're a customer and you can fly into Mobile, I'm looking for one volunteer. If you will come to me at 37 Alpha, please. Thank you.
All right. Agent from United's announcing that they need a volunteer. And don't look at me. I need to get to Pensacola. But we are broadcasting to you live from the terminal here in B as in boy. And this is far as I remember, United Airlines. That's what I'm flying, I think. But anyway, we're here, and we're going to continue to broadcast. We do an hour show, as you know, and it looks like we may get to do our whole show here. So if you were thinking about calling in, now would be a good time to call. Pick up your phone. Call us at 712-432-1690. Put in your access code, 399-430-pound, and we'll be glad to take your call. Now, I don't think I can take a call on any of the other lines. Maybe I can. You can try me on the 714-865-8147, and maybe I can get a conference call hook up there with you, but try it and see. But the best way to call is to come in on the CCC, and the CCC is the Congressional Communications Channel. That's what we're broadcasting on, that's what we're talking on, and that's what we're sending out pictures, and that's what we're sending out to Crusade Radio. And we do thank you for joining us. But like I said, if you'd like to be a part of the show, just pick up your phone. We've got, my goodness, we've only done 20 minutes. We've got another 40 minutes or so to go, and we'll be glad to talk to you about anything you'd like to talk about. In just a few moments, I'm going to start talking again about why we are here, why we're on our way to Pensacola, and we're going to talk about a man who the courts found guilty. He was not guilty. He's an innocent man, but he's been in jail now 8 years. And for that, he's paid the severe penalty. So we're trying to do everything we can to try to get him out of jail. We're trying to draw attention. I would remind you, if you'd like to know more about the case, rather than me try to, I'm not an attorney, folks. I'm a Baptist preacher, so don't ask me legal questions. But if you'd like to know the legal status, if you'd like to know the case, you'd like to have the documents, you'd like to see what has happened, what has transpired, you can find all the information at a website that's up there that is entitled Free, F-R-E-E, Kent, K-E-N-T, Hovind, Hovind.com. So if you go to that website, freekenthovind.com, you will be able to find out what his charges were, why he is not guilty, and you'll be able to find out all the information that you would like to have. And I've talked recently to several attorneys, and several of those attorneys have made the comment that the information that's on there. Let's see, I've got a caller here. Let's see if I can get this. I don't know if I can or not. It's a text. Pastor Drake, you don't know me, but I feel moved by what's happening. To Dr. Hovind, and I just want to thank you for what you're doing. I'm going to tell this guy to call. And we're gonna see if we can do this. We're gonna try to hook up a call here. SEC. Folks, I'm trying to dial a number here and talk at the same time, and y'all know me. I can't do that too well, but I'm going to try it. Let's see, 712-432-1690. Access code is 39943. 0. And we're going to send that, and hopefully that guy will get it. We're live on the air right now, ladies and gentlemen. If you'd like to call us, this gentleman just sent me a text and said he's interested in the case. Well, if you're interested in the case, this is probably one of the most profound legal cases in the history of jurisprudence. Now, I'm not an attorney. I'm a Baptist preacher, and I'm the chairman and founder of the Congressional Prayer Conference of Washington, D.C. And we're praying for Kent Hovind. If you'd like to find out more about his case, all you got to do is go online and put in free, F-R-E-E, Kent, K-E-N-T, H-O-V-I-N-D, freekenthovind.com. And if you go on there, you'll see the case, you'll see the docket, you'll see the documents, you'll see the affidavits, you'll see all the information in this case. And I believe once you see this case in its entirety, you too will believe that he's an innocent man serving an 8-year prison term, and they're wanting to keep him in prison for life. And if you do read the documents and you go for the investigation, you read all of those documents, you read all the affidavits, if you still believe that he ought to be in jail, I would appreciate you calling me and telling me why. Because I believe, as I read all those documents, as the attorneys read all the documents, as our logistics group, litigation logistic group read them, looked at them, they all came away, we all walked away saying, this man has been convicted wrongly, illegally, unconstitutionally, and ladies and gentlemen, somebody is going to pay for it. Somebody is going to pay for it. Starting at the White House, all the way to the outhouse, somebody is going to pay for this man being in jail for 8 years for something he did not do. And so, we're going to continue here with you. And we thank the Lord for you being here with us. We are still, I believe, let's see if I can hide it. Yeah, we are still on with you there at Crusade Radio. Crusade Radio, thank you for hanging in there with us and staying with us. And also for the CCC. The CCC is short for the Congressional Communications Channel. And if you'd like to call in on that channel, all you got to do is pick up your phone and call 712-432-1690. Put in your access code, 399-430-pound, and you will indeed be hooked up with us there live on the line. Well, folks, we're coming up on the first half hour here of the show. This show is on every day, Monday through Friday. And because my kids are in Hollywood, I believe that old saying that they have in Hollywood, the show must go on.
Volunteer? You volunteer?
And I am here, and the show is going on. And we're putting this show on live from Houston, Texas. And we thank the Lord for that opportunity. If you'd like to be on with us, you won't be on the camera, but you'll be on the audio portion of the camera. Call 712-432-1690. It'll say thank you, welcome to the conference call, and put in your access code, 399-430-pound. And that is your access code. Now, don't be afraid. That access code will not be identified with your phone number. That is my access code. And if anybody's taping this, if anybody's bugging this line, it will only show Wiley Drake and his access code. It won't show your number at all. So, If you'd like to call in and remain anonymous, you're welcome to do so. Your call will be anonymous. Now, if you'd like to tell us who you are, who you represent, where you're located, you're welcome to do that. But that's your choice, not ours. We don't choose for you. We do not do what all the other talk shows do. All the other talk shows put you on hold and try to determine who you are, where you're calling from, and if you don't tell them, you don't identify yourself, they won't put you on the air. Well, I'm telling you folks, this number I'm giving you is our own air number. Call 712-432-1690, put in your access code 399-430#, and you will be live on the Congressional Prayer Conference of Washington, D.C.'s Wiley Drake Show, live from our nation's capital, live from Buena Park, California, and right this moment, live from Houston, Texas, George Bush country. And we thank the Lord for him and his family, and we know that we got another good Texan down here that's representing Texas, and that's our dear, dear brother in the Lord, Ted Cruz, doing a great job for Texas, and we thank the Lord for him. And if you agree with that, call me and tell me. If you disagree with that, call me and tell me. We don't screen your calls. We let you call in live, say anything you want to say. There may be somebody out there that's not a Bush fan, and you want to call in and say why. That's okay too. We're live, we're on the air, we're on radio, we're on television, and we're around the world. I just got a text a few moments ago, and I have no idea where it came from. But at any rate, let me see if that text says where it's from. It's from 760, but that's all that I'm going to give out. I'm not going to give out any more. But 760, I believe, is in California. It could be Arizona. There's a 760 area code overlaps the desert country in California and I believe in Arizona. So if you would like, you're welcome to give us a call and be a part of this show. And we'll not give your number out. I gave part of that number out just so I could sort of guess and figure out where it's at. But we do not screen our calls. We do not tell you you can't talk about something. I've been doing this show now for 15 years. And during that 15 years, we have only pulled the plug on one woman. She called in and was mad and talking about something, and she kept cussing like a sailor. And I told her, lady, I'm a sailor. I used to be. And you're not shocking me with your language, but this is a family show, so please cut out the bad language. And she told me to F off and so forth and so on. And I said, lady, if you don't knock it off, I'm going to pull the plug on you. And so she said, you just blankety blankety blank. And so I pulled the plug on her. But that's the only time that I've done that in over 15 years of broadcasting the Wiley Drake Show on the Congressional Prayer Conference of Washington, D.C., and on our radio station in Northern California, which the title of that radio station is Crusade Radio. Ladies and gentlemen, we're on a crusade here. We're on a job here. We want to do what we can to bring the court of public opinion. The court of public opinion. We want to let you know. That's why we have this show. We do this show, ladies and gentlemen, Monday through Friday. And today is Friday, if I remember correctly. And so this will be the last show we'll do today. Now, we will do a special on location Pensacola show. For those of you that are listening, we will do a show no matter how late it is when we get to Pensacola. But we will do the show. Right now, my goal is to do it at 10 o'clock. However, I'm having my doubts as to whether we're going to make it to the hotel by 10 o'clock. We may be in Pensacola, but we might not be at the hotel. But we'll do, if you're waiting there for us at the hotel, you were going to meet us there. Just stay tuned, listen in. We'll let you know what our schedule is.
You can fly into Mobile tonight, and we will arrive at Mobile approximately 10 o'clock, or the Pensacola Eagles on destination we will be at.
And you can go to Pensacola in the morning.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you've heard the announcement there. They're needing a volunteer. They're needing somebody to volunteer to take a flight into Mobile and go into Pensacola tomorrow.
We're oversold on Pensacola.
And if they will do that, if the person will do that, they'll give them about $300, I think she said, and a night stay in the hotel and breakfast and so forth. And so it's a good deal if you got the time.
Travel voucher is good for anybody.
And the thing I like about United Airways is that they guarantee their tickets like that for, I think she said a year, they're good for a year. Some of the airlines, when they do those, they're only good for 90 days or 6 months. But this one is good for a full year. And it is also transferable. I know that for a fact because I got a ticket not too long ago. I was going on a trip and needed a ticket. And a friend of mine called me up and said, hey, I took a bump on a flight and I got a ticket. And Wiley, you're welcome to it. And so they gave me that ticket. And I didn't know you could do that. I thought it would have to be them.
That's a freaking deal right there. Let me think about it.
Okay, I appreciate it.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be doing a live show tonight when we get to Pensacola. Not sure what time we'll get there. United Airlines is doing everything they can to they had to bring that plane over, I understand, from the international terminal, bring it into this domestic terminal, get it through security, get it taken care of, and then they will board that plane with those of us that want to go to Pensacola. And so we thank the Lord for the opportunity to be here. Now, if you'd like to be on the show with us, all you got to do is call us. Pick up your phone, call 712-432-1690. Put in your access code 399-430-pound, and you can join us. And I believe I'm eavesdropping here a little bit, but I believe she's found a volunteer to take her up on the flight. And okay, she's got thumbs up. Thumbs up, that means she got a volunteer. Volunteer will have his thumb up because he'll get a few bucks out of the deal.
Baggage finder at the gate. You fit that in, you should be able to accommodate you on our aircraft. If your carry-on will be too big or too thick, that do not fit, you won't tag up to your destination. Again, I'm double tablet. If you have a carry-on and fit as a bag finder, you need at the gate. You should able to get your back on your flight.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you're hearing the announcements here. I stop talking when they make an announcement because I don't want to compete with them or interrupt people. We try to be as gentlemanly as we possibly can. And we thank the Lord for, I'll tell you what, folks, I fly a lot, and I fly a lot of airlines. I'm not going to talk about the good guys and the bad guys necessarily, but I want to say something, not just because there's a good-looking lady here, but I want to say something about the fact that United Airlines is an excellent airline. I've flown to them over the years, and they do a great job. They're very people-oriented. That's what I like about them. They're very people-oriented. They try to get the planes in the air They don't endanger anybody, but they do a great job, and they rush around and do a great job. And so kudos to United Airlines and to the staff here at the Houston Airport in the B terminal. And if you want to join us here in the B terminal by telephone, pick up your phone and call 712-432-1690 and put in your access code 399-430-pound, and you can join us right here on the terminal spot getting ready to go to Pensacola. We're going to Pensacola, ladies and gentlemen, on a crusade. And let me tell you how you can find out about that crusade. It is a legal battle. It is a litigation nightmare. And that's why we have a litigation team. That's why we have a litigation logistics team working with us and working with Kent Hovind. And that's why also we have some legal counselors working with him and with us. And this is a nightmare of a case. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not an attorney. I'm a Baptist preacher, and I'm the chairman of the Congressional Prayer Conference. But I've seen a lot of cases, and this is one of the worst cases I've ever seen. And even the attorneys that I've talked to have said, what a nightmare this case has become. And ladies and gentlemen, there will be some serious class action lawsuits because Mr. Hovind and Mrs. Hovind were absolutely ruled, just treated in a very bad way. Now, we want you to know if you'd like to be on the line with us, all you got to do is pick your phone up. Call 712-432-1690. Put in your access code, 399-430-pound. And then you can talk to us. We do not, I repeat, we do not screen our call. We do not cut anything out. What you see and hear is what you get. And we are at Terminal B77A and B77, between those two. And it's our best knowledge at this point that we will be going out of B77A in a little while. It's my understanding that there is indeed, or was, what happened to our airplane? They're bringing the airplane around, I think. But ladies and gentlemen, we thought we were only going to do a short show, and now we've done already 33 minutes into this show. And we've still got time left, I believe. And so please call us if you'd like to be on the show. 712-432-1690. Access code 399-430-pound. And we want you to know we're here, and we want you to be able to come on the line with us if you'd like. And we are in Houston, hopefully for a short period of time. But whatever happens here tonight, eventually we'll end up in Pensacola. And we've got a long week ahead of us. We've got the 5th, the 6th, the 7th, the 8th, the 9th, and the 10th. And then I go home on the 11th. But we will be in Pensacola. I will be going in the jail while I'm there several times. And I hope that I get to come out of the jail for the same number of times that I go in. I hope everything goes smooth, and I think it will. We've already talked to the chaplain there at the jail, and we found out that if we're from out of state, and I am, and can prove that I'm a pastor, and I can, that we indeed will be allowed to visit Mr. Kent Hovind in his prison situation. And we thank the Lord for the work that's being done there. By the way, I want to give kudos out again to our group there in California. and that is the group that is headed up by my dear, dear friend Linda Jones and our friend Stephen Davis. They head up a group called Litigation Logistics. The reason I'm having difficulty remembering the name of it is because it's relatively new for me. He is not new, she is not new. They have helped me logistically in more ways than either of us would like to admit to, probably. We've had the privilege to travel with Linda up to Canada in logistics there. And we've also had the opportunity to hold a seminar, a litigation logistics seminar at our church. In fact, I will not be at the church on Saturday, but the Litigation Logistics Incorporated group will be there holding a seminar, and they'll be doing it at our church. And if you'd like to be there, you'd like to find out about it, you're welcome to do so simply by calling me. Well, folks, I see good news. Good news is the airplane just pulled in. Now, we'll see how quick it'll take us to get on there, but we're 36 minutes into this show, and I thought we were going to do a short show. I thought I'd do a 15-minute show, and but God saw fit to work it out a different way. Now, I know the rest of the flight members probably aren't excited about that because they just soon be on time. But it didn't make me mad that we got delayed a little bit because I'm not in a hurry. I'm anxious to get to Pensacola, but I'm not in a hurry. And another good sign, we've got a crew showed up. And airplanes here, crews here, we're here. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Wiley Drake Show, broadcasting to you live from Houston, Texas, at the United Airlines Terminal. And we've got a crew, we got a plane, and we got some anxious people wanting to go to Pensacola.
We'll be airborne shortly.
Great, be airborne shortly. That'll be good. And these guys are pilots, and we praise the Lord that they showed up. Need those pilots. Thank you, guys. I used to turn the camera on those guys and talk to them, but I got in trouble one time. I'm not going to tell the name of the airline, but I turned the camera on them, and the leadership, the legal people of the airline said, "You can't do that. You didn't have their permission." Well, I've got my permission, and I'm the only one on the camera, so we're going to do this all right and try to stay legal. I don't want to get in trouble either. But anyway, the pilots are here. The aircraft is here, and we are 38 minutes into this show, and we have looks like about 10 or 12 minutes left in this show. I'm not sure what time we're going to leave, but there's no reason for us to go over. If they put us on the airplane sooner, that won't make me mad to stop early. I was planning on only doing a 10 or so minute show here and then terminating it, but because of logistics, not legal logistics, but airline logistics, we were unable to board quite as early as we thought. And so we've talked about it on this show before about litigation logistics. We're talking tonight about airlines and air crew logistics. And folks, logistics are very important. These dear sweet ladies and gentlemen working a mouse and getting in the computer and finding out what's going on, and we thank the Lord for them and for their technology and ability to do it. All I got to say is I'm glad I don't have to do it. I never would get them off the ground. I'd be in deep trouble if I had to do it, if they had to depend on my logistics. It's the best I can do.
Crosby in the area? Raise your hand, Sandra Crosby.
All right, she's announcing someone's name, and I'll be quiet and let her do that, let her take care of that. And we're going to be with you probably about another 9 minutes, and then we'll go off the air. And we will simply say we're on a crusade. Crusade Radio is on with us right now up in a place called Exeter, California. That's up sort of north of Bakersfield and out there in the desert. And our boss man there at that radio studio is Mel Pite and his dear wife Shimon Porterfield Pite, and they carry this show on Crusade Radio, and we carry it here on the Congressional Prayer Conference of Washington, D.C.'s television and radio network. And we praise the Lord. We've had the privilege to do that now for almost 15 years. We started in the year 2000. And so we've been doing this for a while. We're not the new kids on the block. I'm sort of the new kid on the block. When I first started, I couldn't have done a remote show like this. But so far tonight, even I have been successful. Even I have been able to keep us on the air 41 minutes and 27 seconds. And I hope if I do everything else right, we'll save it and it'll be in the archive. Now, let me tell you, if you would like to watch any of our shows again, all you got to do...
We have a aircraft for Pensacola 77 Alpha. Can you let me know as soon as we have a secure time so we can start boarding, please?
If you would like to watch this show and listen to this show later, all you do is go to the WileyDrakeShow.com and click on the archive. This show will be in the archive as soon as we finish it. And so you can watch it, listen to it. Now you'll only see me, you won't see anybody else because I'm keeping the camera just on me, trying to be a good citizen. I am taking advantage of the freedom of information. I am taking advantage of the Constitution. Because this is a free country we live in, and we are taking advantage of a public venue here, and we are broadcasting legally and live. And if you'd like to watch it later, just go to the website, thewileyDrakeShow.com, thewileyDrakeShow.com, and click on archives, and you'll see this show. And the title of tonight's show will be Houston, if I can remember how to spell Houston. The title of tonight's show will be Houston, and you can come back later and hear it, come back and watch it, come back and be a part of it. Or right now, if you'd like to be a part of the show, and you'll be on the later show, if you'd like to be a part of the show, call us on the phone, 712-432-1690. Put in your access code, 399-430-pound, and join us right here on the Wiley Drake Show. Now, let me back up and tell you some other addresses. If you want to write down some things or put them in your memory bank. If you would like to find out what the Congressional Prayer Conference is all about, go to this very long URL. It's a long one, but it's very clear. Starts off with 3 words: Congressional Prayer Conference of Washington, D.C.org. So it's Congressional Prayer Conference of Washington, D.C.org. And you indeed can do that if you'd so like. Now that's the website. You can find there my picture as the chairman and founder. You'll also find a picture of another gentleman who is the co-chairman. He is not only the co-chairman of the Congressional Prayer Conference, but he is the ambassador.
You know what's happening here?
No, I don't. The plane, yeah, well, I know a little bit. The plane's here and the crew's here. He thinks I work for the airline, and I don't, but I don't know what's happening. I'm a Baptist preacher doing a television show. I don't know what's happening. But I understand from my eavesdropping and my looking out the window that the plane is here, and the crew showed up, and the agent here at the gate had a big smile on her face. And that means good news, I think. And so they're trying to get the plane, whatever they have to do to it, and they're going to be getting it ready to go. And they do have a crew, they do have a piece of equipment, and looks like everything is working well. and we thank the Lord for that. And I'll give more kudos tonight to United Airlines. Great company. They're friendly, they do the job, and especially when you have problems. I believe they're one of the best airlines there is, especially in reference to solving problems. I fly a lot, and so because I fly a lot, I end up stuck in places quite often. And I've taken advantage of some of those deals that they've given. My wife did, and I did, and we've traveled several places because they were so generous with their tickets and so forth. And I tell you, one of the things that I've noticed about United Airlines, and I'm not saying this just to brag on them, but every time that I've ever had a circumstance with United Airlines where the flight was delayed or something happened, they've always been so gracious and so effective in dealing with the circumstances. And so to all the people, I know you didn't pay me to do it, United, and I know I didn't ask your permission to do it, United, but I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, in the television and radio audience, I recommend United Airlines highly. I recommend them highly. And next time you fly United if you can. Now, you obviously, depending on where you're going, you might not be able to. But if you can fly United, I believe you'll be as pleased with their service as I have been and as I am right now. So, thank you so much. We're 47 minutes and 13 seconds into the show, and I don't know how close that is to the time. Looks like it's on 7:56 p.m. In about 4 minutes, we'll be coming to the top of the hour, and at the top of the hour, we will terminate this program. This has been a special edition, the Houston edition of the Wiley Drake Show. And I would put the airline name on the show, but I don't have clearance from our attorneys and their attorneys. But I can talk about them, and everything I've got to say about United is good. And I'm not just saying that because I'm flying them. I've flown with them. In fact, the matter is, I've got a plaque on my wall back at the office that said I was a frequent flyer. It goes way back many, many years ago. And I was a member of their frequent flyer club. And I flew United when you weren't flying a lot of miles. And I got a 100,000 mile award from them one time. I'd forgotten all about that. But that still hangs on my wall in Buena Park, California. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're 48 minutes and 41 seconds into the show. And according to my timepiece, it's 7:58. Just turned 7:58. And unless somebody calls in, if you want to call in, folks, you better hurry. We're only going to be live on the air for another couple of minutes because I'm getting tired of talking. And I still got to do another show tonight. And so I'm going off at the top of the hour. Whether I'm on the airplane or not, I'm going off the air at the top of the hour. So if you want to be on with us, call 712-432-1690. 712-432-1690. Put in your access code 399-430-pound. And I want to give you some other addresses. The address of the Congressional Prayer Conference is Congressional Prayer Conference of Washington, D.C.org. If you'd like to email me and tell me anything you'd like to tell me, you can email me. I can't get it right now, but I'll get it later. You can email me at WileyWiley@att.net. I have another email that you can email me on, and that is roadrunnerandwiley@gmail. My email is roadrunnerandwiley@gmail. Now, you can only imagine why that's my email. You see, I used to watch the Roadrunner cartoons, And I used to watch old Wile E. Coyote, my namesake, try to catch the Roadrunner, and he never did. And so now that I have another email, I use that as my email, Roadrunner and Wiley at gmail.com. Good evening, and who is this on the line with us?
This is Aaron Marcus, Director of Safer Oregon PAC and Chief Petitioner for Owensville for Safer Oregon, and I've got some big news for you.
What is the big news? Tell me.
Well, I've been on television interviews all day today making a public announcement on statewide. A recall petition has been filed against Oregon Governor John Kitzhaber by my organization, citing embezzlement and failure to protect Oregon businesses, families, children, and parents. This is big news, especially in light that our state's newspaper yesterday called for his resignation.
Amen.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, well, brother, thank you for sharing that with us. I'm doing my 5 o'clock show, and I'm just wrapping it up here in a minute because I'm on my way to Pensacola to fight down there for Ken Hovind, and we got delayed here. I was only going to do about a 10-minute show, but we've got to do the whole 1-hour show because our flight has been delayed, and so pray for us as we travel. United Airlines doing a great job, and we thank the Lord. Our plane is here, our crew is here, and we're going to be boarding the plane. And ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here on the Wiley Drake Show. Aaron, give us that announcement one more time, would you please?
A petition to recall Oregon Governor John Kitzhaber has been filed, citing embezzlement and a failure to protect Oregon businesses, families, parents, and children for his failed oversight of the Oregon Department of Human Services Child Welfare Department.
And if I understood you correctly, that is what's referred to as a RICO case, right?
No, it's not a RICO lawsuit. It's just a recall petition filed.
Oh, a recall. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I misunderstood you.
They're trying to challenge it because they're saying that he has to have been re-elected for 6 months, and that's not what the Oregon Constitution says.
Yeah.
It says that he must have occupied the office for 6 months, and this is his second term after having served 2 previous terms a few years back. But you can find out more information at Safer Oregon PAC on Facebook, or you can email me at saferoregonpac@gmail.com if you're here in Oregon and want to help out volunteers and services for us.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that, and we'd like to ask you again, tomorrow at 9 o'clock Oregon time, we'll be doing a live broadcast from Pensacola, and we'd love to have you re-announce this on tomorrow's show. Would you please?
Sure, I can give you a call sometime in the morning. I'm going to be fairly busy. I've got to serve some motions on and subpoenas on some judges and the attorney generals.
Okay, well, just call in on this call-in line and give us your report. Just take a couple of minutes. We're going to be in Pensacola at the Red Roof Inn and then going over to visit with Pastor Kent Hovind. So thank you so much for sharing this with us. And Aaron, thank you. Keep up the good work.
All right, thank you, sir. You have a great day.
Okay, bye-bye. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was one of our legislative logistics operators, a fella up in Oregon.
Passengers going to Pensacola, any disabled passengers?
I'm going to continue to broadcast here just for a moment.
Global
then I'm
service and military. Global service and military. Boarding group 1, please, Pensacola. Boarding group 1. Boarding group 2, please, Pensacola.
I don't know what group I am. I got to look at my group thing here. Hang on a minute. I'm group 3. Okay, so I got time to say goodbye and get out of here and say this to the archive. Remember, if you want to hear this show again, you want to watch it again, go back to the WileyDrakeShow.com. Good night and God bless.